Hi guys, here is a video that I said I would do about shaving down there. So there's lots of ways to remove hair down in that area. Shaving is probably the one that people do the most. I shave down there, I think it's quicker and easier. Not saying it's the best method, but it's definitely the one where I think people need the most advice on it, because you have to just be careful how you do stuff down there. So I'm making this video because actually I was inboxed by somebody asking me what they should do because they were going to university and they weren't too sure. Basically, there's lots of things that I think people need to know when they shave down there. And the thing is, how you shave down there, I think should only be done this particular way anyway. But what you shave down there is entirely up to you. So I know I'm probably going to get questions going, well, what bit do you shave? This is going to be awkward. I can't believe I'm going to say this. But I tend to leave like a little... I don't even want to say this, so I'm not going to say it, but I tend to leave a little bit there, but remove most of it. I really don't want to go into any more detail than that because that's fucking weird. But what I'm going to say is, like I said, depending on you and how you feel. Like, I know for religious reasons some girls get rid of everything and that's fine, and for other purposes people get like, you know, like just from the top. So when you're looking at the girl straight ahead and she's naked, all they've got is like a little strip or a little triangle or whatever, and you can do whatever you want. Some people don't shave the actual lip area, they just shave the bit that's like on display. So if you want to put a bikini on and you're just worried about the hair that's going to stick out, then by all means just get rid of that hair, that's fine. You don't need to get rid of everything, you don't need to get rid of most of it. You can get rid of whatever you are comfortable with, and honestly no one is going to care apart from you. But the way that you do it is entirely up to you, and I'm not really going to say what I do because that is just kind of weird. So don't be embarrassed about talking about this, because I am talking about it and I'm going to be open about it and just say, but again, I don't want to make it a personal thing to me because that's weird, but I'm going to teach you guys what the best method is of shaving. If you want me to go through the other methods of hair removal, then I will, but this is just the one I think is the quickest and the most common, and the one that people don't always know how to do. So the first thing you need to do is prepare down there. What I would say is, before you get into the shower, if you want to get rid of just the bits that would stick out if you were wearing a bikini, then just wear bikini bottoms while you're doing this and then go for a shower as normal afterwards. So what you need to do is you need to first of all like trim the hair down. So if your hair is like really long and just kind of straggly down there, your razor is not going to get a close shave and it's going to be really traumatic for you to try and get rid of the hair, and it's going to be like, you know, mowing a lawn of forestry. So what you need to do is cut the hair if you can. So literally pull the hair out and cut as close to your skin as possible, but obviously being really careful with this. And you can do this while your skin is dry. You can do this before you get into the shower, because the closer you get to the skin, the much easier it's going to be to shave. Otherwise your razor is just going to get like totally clogged up, and that's what we call cloggage, and you don't want cloggage on your razor because that's what's going to cut you and stuff like that. So you want to trim the hair down for the areas that you want to shave, and you can do that with scissors and then just put the hair down the toilet or wherever you want to put it. The next thing to do is, like I said, what you remove is up to you. So you trim the hair from wherever you want to cut it. If it's just the bikini line, then like I said, just put your bikini bottoms on. Anything that's sticking out, trim the hair around it, and then you can just shave around your bikini line if that's all you're worried about shaving. So what you need to do first of all is you need to get into the shower and soften the hair follicles and the hair. So get into the shower, have your normal shower, let the shower vapors and steam like do their thing, have a little clean around your body, just basically let the skin soften and let follicles soften, because it'll just be easier and less irritable if you do it that way, and it'll it'll just be easier to shave and stuff. So once your body's kind of moist and your skin's a little bit damp and stuff like that, then you want to use either cream or a gel foam. So what I sometimes tend to do, if I really run out of stuff, then you can use hair conditioner, because I find that works absolutely fine. But if you're a beginner at this and you don't know how sensitive your skin is down there, then you want to use an unscented shaving gel or shaving cream down there, and make sure your area is like entirely foamed up, because you don't want any friction that might cause you cuts. Always test this out on your skin, on your arm or something first. Make sure you don't have an allergic reaction to it, because the skin down there is very sensitive and you don't want to risk like having an allergy down there, because that is gonna itch like hell. Never ever shave dry. Always make sure that your skin is like moist and soft. Then get your foam down there and have a really good just basically get in there and stuff like that. Before you actually shave, you can go down there with a loofah and just scrub the skin around the area, not hard, but just to get a loofah, because you want to get rid of any dead skin, and then go in there with your foam so you haven't got dead skin hanging on the surface and stuff like that. So what a lot of places say to do is shave in the same direction as your hair. So if your hair is growing downwards, pull your razor blades kind of in a downwards motion like that. What I tend to feel, and this is my personal experience, which I said I wouldn't talk about, what I tend to find is that doesn't shave all the hair. Sometimes it gets rid of some of it, but it doesn't get rid of all of it, and that really bothers me. So then what I do is go side to side, and that will kind of get the hair quite close to the roots. I've been doing this for long enough now to know that if I go the opposite direction, it gets rid of it really, really smooth. But you want to use a razor that has protective strips around the razor blades, because it just gets a bit closer and you have a gel pad to just protect the area a bit better. So like I said, shave in the same direction to avoid the ingrowing hairs, and if you find that works for you, then I would carry on with that method, because that's the best method of doing it. If this doesn't work, then like I said, shave side to side, and if that still doesn't work, then shave upwards. But I wouldn't advise you to shave upwards unless you're like me and you've been doing it for ages and you kind of know that you don't get any ingrowing hairs and stuff like that. So my skin can take razor blading against the hair, so experiment, but definitely don't kind of overshave in the area. Sorry, I've written notes so I don't forget anything. You will get redness and bumps the first couple of times you do this, because your skin is going through changes and it's thinking, what the hell is she doing? So I would say don't shave every day to start with. Miss out a few days at a time, get this, get your skin kind of used to it, and then shave a little bit more regularly if you feel like you need to. So then what you need to do is keep rinsing, and then put more gel on there if you need to, and then razor the other areas that you need to, but don't go over the same area lots of times, because you're just going to irritate the hell out of your skin and it's not going to be very nice. So then you want to use some sort of wash, whether it's a vaginal wash or something, just to wash the skin area to get rid of any excess hair that's hanging about. And then obviously you just want to cleanse the area so it's all clean and you don't get any infections or anything. Rinse it off. Don't rub down there with your towel, just pat it dry really gently, but you do then want to moisturize. So I tend to find that baby oil works really, really well, because it kind of keeps the area from irritating me. Some people tend to use baby powder, but I've heard that's not very good to go near the vaginal area, because it can cause ovarian cancer and stuff, which I've read. So I've never been someone that would use baby powder on my skin anyway, but I use baby oil and I find that works absolutely fine. You can use some sort of aloe vera gel if you have any, or some sort of vaginal cream, just to sort of moisturize the area, because you don't want to shave it, dry it, and then just leave it, because that's just going to irritate later on. So make sure it's got no colouring, make sure it's got no scent to it, and make sure you can use it for the skin down there, because it is very sensitive. Like I said, some people use baby powder, but I wouldn't really recommend do that to absorb all the sweat and the oils and stuff like that. But apparently it's not good to have that powder down near there. And I think that's really it. I don't really think there's any other information that I need to give you. So if you do get like bumps and stuff like that, then that is just because you might have ingrowing hair. So sometimes they say you can use like antibacterial gels and stuff to kind of help with that area. You are going to get them at the beginning, and it is going to itch a bit at the beginning as well, because that's just what you're going to get used to. But once your skin gets used to it, I think it's absolutely fine. No, I don't shave down there every day because my skin would get really irritated. I shave kind of as and when I need to, like every few days, like I would shaving my legs. So as long as you, like I said, prep the skin in advance, so trim all the hair, use an exfoliator and exfoliate really gently with like a loofah because you don't want any extra dead skin cells. Then shave downwards in the direction of the hair. If that doesn't work, shave side to side. Try and avoid shaving upwards because you shouldn't really do what I do, because that's not really right. Then you want to make sure you just clean the area with like a vaginal wash or something like that, just to make sure the hair is all gone. Then you want to pat dry. Then you want to baby oil it up so it's all like clean and fresh and, you know, moisturized and not dry, because you don't want it to dry because it will get quite itchy. And then you're like good to go for a little bit longer. So that is what my advice would be on how to do it properly. If you guys have any other suggestions, that's fine. I'm not saying mine is the best way, but I just think it is compared to like everything I've read and when I was learning to like do it myself. It kind of seems like the most irritable free way of like shaving down there. So let me know if you have any tips or questions or anything like that. Obviously you've got waxing, which you can do. You can go and get bikini waxes and stuff done, or you can get lasering, like IPL lasering and stuff. You can go and get that, which is a little bit more expensive, but waxing's another good way of doing it. I just don't really have time to do stuff like that because I like things to be really quick. So that is my video on the shaving the pubic area.